Some say that nothing can be done to alleviate poverty. We disagree. We believe that nothing can go a long way. The world is really divided into two worlds. The world we live in and the other half that lives on $2 or less a day.
She's looking for little pieces of metal that she's throwing in her bag over here. Making a living out of doing this. She's 36 years old, too.
Around the world today, 1 in 7 people lack food security. They don't get the basic minimal calories that they need every single day to stay alive.
What makes MicroCredit Enterprises really unique and special is that it's finding a way to deploy idle capital all around the world.
Microloans are a very strong way of helping developing countries work their way out of poverty.
2 years ago, I went down on a mission to Guatemala with all the guarantors, and it was one of the best weeks of my life. Not only did we see what the work was doing in the villages and what they were doing with these loans, we were in their homes. A lot of these were dirt floors, but they're business people, and it's very interesting to see the business aspect and the business mind of these women and again, the empowerment and pride.
When a guarantor first starts, they have to sign an agreement to guarantee $1 million of their own resources. And what MicroCredit Enterprises does with that $1 million guarantee is they go to a bank and borrow $500,000. MCE takes that $500,000, they scour the world to find great microfinance institutions and makes loans to those MFIs. And then they make small loans to micro-entrepreneurs, people who are the poorest of the poor, who are building small businesses so they can go from maybe $1 a day of earned income to maybe $2 or $3 a day. As these small business people generate money, they repay their loans to the MFI. And the MFI then repays the loan back to MicroCredit Enterprises.
It's not just individuals that can be guarantors, we also look at foundations and corporate sponsors.
With a pool of guarantors, you minimize risk. It enables MicroCredit Enterprises to expand its reach by loaning to more local lenders who in turn are able to lend to more clients with minimal risk and high impact.
One guarantor's support means food security for 15,000 people.
As a guarantor, I was most impressed by two things. First was an operating model that was incredibly efficient, and the second was an organization that focused on achieving as low an overhead as possible.
Our overhead runs about 3% a year. Similar organizations typically would be 6 to 12% a year. Our goal is to get as much of the money and value that we raise to people in the developing world.
That's important to me as a guarantor, that the use of my guarantee is being effectively and efficiently managed.
One of the strengths of the MicroCredit Enterprises business model is its due diligence of both its borrowers and its guarantors.
I was very impressed by the amount of credit work that they do to make sure that our model is self-sustaining and that the borrowers is self-sustaining as well.
They are very analytical about how they evaluate microfinance institutions. They look at the portfolio at risk. Are they creditworthy? Do they have sound management? Do they have great financial resources?
The entire picture from a creditworthiness perspective is important for MCE. It's very important that the MFIs qualify both on a financial creditworthiness analysis and from a social impact analysis.
These businesses might be very small. It could be a school owner, a duck farmer, a vegetable farmer. They make loans to all these kinds of people.
What we are trying to do is find those partner organizations that share some of our mission.
Cha cho cô chịu cam mà bao giờ là ở dẹp về cùng với khai.
So our hope, our expectation, and their hope and expectation is they'll be in a point in their life where they can take a microloan, they can start a small business with it, and immediately earn a little bit of money to feed their children. With 100 guarantors supporting the MicroCredit Enterprises social finance model, we can guarantee that 1.5 million people will be eating 3 square meals a day.
I don't know any other model available that lets me do that much good for people who are that desperately in need.
That is leverage, that is impact, and that's what excites me.
In my 30 years of financial experience, I've never seen an organization where you can provide such benefits for such little effort from the guarantors.
They don't have to put up cash, they don't have to raid their investment accounts.
How could I not become a guarantor? It just makes sense.
Their common humanity is expressed through the financial formulas that we've provided at MicroCredit Enterprises.
Nothing down, no donation, no investment, simply signing a guarantee can make a world of difference.